Right, today I'm going to do what I think is a well-needed video, because the amount of people I get come to me every single day via email, Facebook or Twitter, and they are convinced that they just can't afford to travel, that they'll never be able to get enough money to do what I do or do what all their friends are doing. Now, if you decide to take everything I'm about to tell you and use all of them, then yes, you can be like a lot of people out there who do really travel the world for free. Am I echoing? Sorry, kitchen, fair, lighting, kind of, ish. Ooh. So yes, there are people who genuinely don't spend the money and live off the goodwill of other people, which you can take how you want. You can, everyone's got their own view on that one. But if you don't want to be that extreme, then just take some of these 20 tips on traveling the world for free. Number 1, Couchsurfing. Couchsurfing is huge and I've used it a ton of times in Australia. If you don't know what Couchsurfing is, where have you been? Couchsurfing is basically you find a local to stay with for free. 100% free. They open up a spare room or a couch or a blow-up mattress on the floor and you can crash at theirs, and it's an amazing way to get to know a country by staying with a local, because they have so much knowledge and information that you really get to appreciate a culture and a way of life by seeing a local live like that. 2 is Wwoofing. Now, I myself have never done Wwoofing. As a full-time traveller, I kind of need to be able to save money and make money. So how Wwoofing works is you get your keep, which is your accommodation and your food, in return for a few hours work. That work will depend obviously on the ad listing, and you have to discuss it before you get there. So only take something you're happy to do for free bed and board. But it's an amazing way to get a small little job, which again, like Couchsurfing, really makes you appreciate a country and a culture a lot more. 3, homestays. Homestays are very, very similar to Wwoofing. However, someone will open up their home to you and maybe they have a business and you help them out with it. So it's 2 very different websites that offer kind of very different experiences. Wwoofing is more, you can do a lot of free picking, agricultural work, working outdoors, which is great. And homestays are completely different, and sometimes they may ask you to just clean up for an hour a day. So I will put the links to both of those down below. 4, house sitting. House sitting is absolutely amazing if you can get in when people go on holiday and they just want someone to come and look after their house, maybe feed their cats and dogs. Then you can do that, and you can stay in some pretty incredible houses, may I add, some like mansions. So all you do is you go onto the website and you put in your details and contact between you two. If you know that you're going to be free for a month in Adelaide in Australia and someone's going away for 3 weeks, look after their home. Rent is the biggest part of your budget gone, basically, when you travel. So anything with free accommodation is great. 5, volunteering. Now, don't get me wrong, some volunteer places ask for a lot of money for you to go and work for free. However, if it is something you really want to do, then the rewards can be fantastic. Just make sure you research your organisation or programme really, really well. And also, what I would recommend is going onto their Facebook page and talking to people who have been on that programme before and see how they found it. But volunteering is great because you can give something, get something back, and visit a country practically for nothing. 6 kind of comes, actually there's 20 of these, I don't know how many. Number 6 comes with something that's quite trendy at the moment, but highly illegal in lots of places, and that is dumpster diving. You want to get a free meal, but hate how Tesco, Asda, Coles, Woolworths, IGA always throw out packaged food? If you really hate that, then dumpster diving might be for you. Outside the back, I am not recommending you do this. May I put that down now? Because it is illegal. But, just saying, people do it when big supermarkets or even small shops throw out loads and loads and loads of packaged food. There's nothing wrong with them, but they physically can't sell them because it's past the sell-by date. Then some people go into the bins and get it. That's all I'm saying. Number 7 is hitchhiking. Again, I have not hitchhiked ever. I I've been picked up on the side of the road in country towns I've worked in for them to take me from one end of the country town to another. I have never gone long distance, and again, due to safety reasons, I will not recommend this. But if you like hitchhiking, if you've done it before, if you feel safe and confident, then go for it, because you can travel a lot of miles for free. But please, take into consideration your safety and well-being before you do it. I am not recommending this. I have never done it before myself, so I cannot give anyone advice on this. Putting that out there. Number 8, work for accommodation. Lots of hostels around the world will want you to clean for a few hours a day, and you get to stay in the hostel for free, which is really great short term. Found with a lot of people long term, they end up not liking you, but you can't complain when you're working 2 hours a day, 5 days a week, and you're getting your accommodation paid for. Coming in at number 9, whilst you're there, lots of hostels have free food bins, so that's another way that you can reduce your costs on food. Free food bins are great because when people leave the hostel, they empty out their little bags from the fridge and they throw everything in the free food bin. And it's like first come, first serve. Like all the backpacks are like waist deep in there, searching for all the good stuff. To be honest, when I've been really low on money, they have been a godsend. Number 10, we're halfway there. Camping. Granted, you have to pay the upfront cost of getting your tent and sleeping bag, but if you've already got that, there are tons, and I mean hundreds of places across the world that offer free camping zones. And even if you have to shell out a little bit of money just to be able to use their facilities, like their toilets and their kitchen, it'll be a lot cheaper than staying in hostels or hotels or even guest houses. So if you like being out in the bush, you like being one with Mother Nature, then grab yourself a tent because it's a great way to save money. Number 11, exchange your skills for food, drinks, money, or bandanas, whatever you want at the time. Can you cut hair? Are you a trained hairdresser? Can you make jewelry? Can you do henna? Can you draw caricatures? Trust me, lots of people do this, especially the hairdressing one. Put out advertisements or sit upstairs on the rooftop bar in your hostel and do caricatures and charge people a beer per quick caricature or something like that. But if you've got a skill that you can offer, especially if it's something really quirky, then people will pay for it. And even if you don't want money for it, you can get a meal out of it or a few beers. Number 12. I'm actually getting quite good at this. Work in an industry where there are opportunities to travel. That's probably one of the easiest ones, really, if you think about it. Work as a travel agent, work at STA Travel, or work in an industry where it would benefit the company to send you away on trips or conferences, because that's a great way to get a few countries off your bucket list. Number 13, walk or cycle. Now, lots of backpackers try and do this in Australia, but lots of them die. They will cycle through the outback, which is the most, okay, some people do it, but they're extremely prepared and well trained. And I mean seriously well prepared and well trained. When I worked in outback bars, the amount of people who used to cycle through the outback, we'd see them and we'd have to stop them. And we'd say, there is nothing here for the next day. You'll be cycling out and you have a 2-litre bottle of water with you. There is no shade. And it's like, do your research. But if you're going to be doing short distances, then walking place to place will save you on public transport costs. And if you've got a bike you want to cycle across the country, amazing. Number 14, frequent flyer points. Now, this is one you can help me with because I don't have frequent flyer points, which is probably really shocking for the amount of flying I do. So if you've got any advice on what's best, how I go around it, but so many of my traveling friends use frequent flyer points, and not only can you save up over time for a whole flight, if you fancy, you could even upgrade to business class with your points and treat yourself. Number 15, car sharing. Car sharing is becoming increasingly popular all over the world, and it's really great to 1, meet people, 2, save the planet, and 3, get from A to B. Number 16, car moving. I'm not too sure what this one's called, but for example, let's take England. Someone hires a car, they pick it up in London, drop it off in Birmingham. That car hire company will need someone to bring him back from Birmingham to London. People are doing it a lot in Australia, and you basically collect the car from Brisbane and you have X amount of days to drive it back down to Melbourne. So you do have a time frame, But so long as you're not picky with when you're going to be moving about, check out some of the car hire companies and see how you can go about moving their cars for them across the country. Number 17, work on a boat or cruise ship. This is a huge one. If you can get on a cruise ship, granted, you're at sea a lot, but you can get paid pretty well. Granted, again, it's a lot of hours from what I've heard. You don't see land, you don't really see that much of anything. But if you work 6 months out of the year, you got 6 months left. And you haven't spent a single penny working. So, if a life at sea is for you, then check out working on a cruise ship. Number 18. Visit free attractions. Cities and even small towns are filled with free museums, free art galleries, beautiful parks, great beaches that are all absolutely free. So you don't need to go on these ridiculously expensive tours to really see a place or learn about a place or enjoy yourself. So take advantage of everything that is free. Number 19 should be become a travel blogger, I suppose. But you kind of gotta give it quite a few years. And even then, everything you earn from your blog doesn't cover it. It's really tough. Trust me. I'm so glad I went full time with this. Now, I'm only joking. If you think travel blogging is for you, then let me tell you this right now. You will not make any kind of significant money for the first few years. And even then, it won't be enough to cover your entire travels. But if you want to do it, it is your dream, then be very dedicated. But this video is not about how to become a travel blogger. But if you would like that video, let me know. And number 20, finally, enjoy the simple pleasures in life. Enjoy a walk on the beach. Enjoy sitting in the park with a good book and a sandwich. Just enjoy the really simple things that cost absolutely nothing. And take in where you are when you travel. Breathe it all in, look around, and enjoy it. Okay, this has been a horrendously long video, and I'm gonna have to go because I'm going out for luncheon.